Relationship between the healthcare team and the young breast cancer survivor is critical to the original diagnosis and laying out the treatment plan, and then the whole recovery and survivorship period.
I think good communication is feeling like you have the right team behind you because you're fighting for your life. So you want to feel like you have the right cheerleaders.
A lot of it, I feel like, has been conversations that I have initiated. At first, I can remember thinking, and actually say it to my doctor, please don't stereotype me with any other woman or person that you have diagnosed with breast cancer.
First, it was kind of like just what questions to ask and what, how to ask them. Am I asking the right questions? Should I be on the internet Googling what she's talking about?
One of the huge challenges of young women's breast cancer is that a lot of the answers that they would like don't exist. And some providers are more or less comfortable with just addressing that head on and saying, you know, we don't know right now, but here's what we think and here's what we're going to try and find out.
When you're first diagnosed, you don't listen to anything except that pounding in the back of your head, the repeating voice that says, you have cancer, you have cancer.
There could be words that are spewed that you don't understand, and you just get overwhelmed and forget to ask questions and write things down.
Because you see so many different doctors. You see your primary care, and then you see your general surgeon, and then you see the plastic surgeon, and then you see the oncologist. And so the communication difficulty there is keeping it all together. Which doctor do you call? Which nurse navigator do you call?
For me, what was important was always having somebody with me that was a third party that didn't feel the emotions directly.
We always encourage young women who are coming into our clinic, bring someone. Bring an extra pair of ears. Bring several extra pair of ears. I encourage my patients to record our visits together if they would like to.
I also go home and I will do my own research so that I could be better informed on something that I may not have understood in the meeting, so that when I go back to the doctor, I can expound more and ask, better detailed questions.
Be organized with your paperwork and, start a binder, just shove it all in there.
If you're not getting the answers you need or the time you need with your physician, there are usually other providers in the system who can answer a lot of your questions or who can help be your advocate.
Those people that you attach to, I think, emotionally and who really listen to you, those are the ones to keep. And if you don't feel a connection, just get a new doctor.
I wasn't comfortable with my first oncologist, so I had to seek out better care for myself. It didn't feel right.
It kind of got to a point where I felt like I was almost being treated like the bratty teenage daughter that's not listening and not being rational.
I think it's a good idea to want to talk to your doctor about alternative medicines and for them to be able to get the right information and research and not just to blow you off because it's not something that they believe in.
And when I finally said, "Do you not trust my decision?" he said, "Oh, no, I just want to make sure."
In the end, we had to agree to disagree.
You're not under the guard of these doctors or your family or your mother or any other people that are giving you advice or telling you what to do. It's you do what you want to do for your own self.
There are very few breast cancer oncologists who specialize in young women.
When a young woman gets diagnosed with breast cancer, she needs more resources than just the doctor or the team of doctors can provide.
To get more information, I open up to my nurses. Your nurses are just as important as your oncologist.
I did find an advocate outside of my practice that has been fantastic. She's a nurse advocator for breast cancer, and she's guided me through a lot of stuff, and she's been invaluable.
Patients nowadays, especially younger patients, we use different sources to access information. We go online, we may use apps on our phone.
I have the resources that I found through the internet and through my nurse navigator now, that the second time this comes around with the metastatic breast cancer, I'm so much more educated and able to find things now than I was before.
I became familiar with the terminology, and I became familiar with the terminology in the context of a conversation, so I was able to digest more of the information that I was getting from doctor's appointments. And that was important to me too, because that gave me a sense of control.
Open line of communication on everything that's bothering you. You have to be able to go to your physician, speak to them about any issues, any concerns, and feel comfortable that your physician's going to take care of those concerns and listen to you. If you don't have that, then it makes the journey much more difficult.